time, I really want to close at 9. Because of time, God said, God answered the first question like this. He says, who are you? What are you? He says, I am the God of your ancestors. Isaac, Abraham, and Jacob. That's how he introduced himself. Read Exodus chapter 3 very carefully. Or see, Moses asked just one question, and God gave him 3 answers. Because in that one question, then it's pregnant with 3 things. Who are you? What are you like? What have you done? So God said, I am the God of your ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Meaning more Jamu. That's how God introduced himself. Number 2, so how are you like? And God said, I am eternal. Read Exodus chapter 3 very carefully. It says, I am eternal. Number 3, then it says, what have you done? And then why? So that I will tell the people, and God said, I have seen their afflictions. I have seen the affliction of my people, and I want to redeem them from their bondage. 3 questions. So when Moses studied very carefully, Moses asked 1 question, and God responded with 3 answers. And that should tell you that the deliverer from saying he was asking not only the alphabetical construction of your name, but he was asking really about who God is, what has God done, and what is the history surrounding God. Take to the next slide. Now, so because a name represents the reputation of the thing named, a name should be treated with the same respect as its reputation. Only Papiara, a Dinia, and that's so. And then a two swap. Oh, pulling India, what do you know? Sako pulling India. And to say, the two will be swap. Oh, pulling India, and for the culture. Let me give you an example. When we were doing ethics, in our ethics class, we learned something called structure. And what we learned was that sometimes somebody goes to the hospital, then he goes to see the doctor. The person sees a chair there. Then the doctor says, okay, go to this room, take off what you are wearing, and lie down. Do you do or you don't do? Why do you do? Okay, so in the same hospital, let's say someone shall there. Nothing quiet. And sometimes it's very interesting. You don't even know whether they say this is a doctor. You don't know whether you really this is a doctor. You don't really know. You don't really know. I remember 2 years ago or so, I was not well, and I went to the hospital last year, and I went back, and I went to the hospital, and they asked me to go for therapy. When I went for the therapy, the hospital where I went to, the person who took me there is a private hospital. Because I'm a pastor, I shouldn't go to him because all the work stuff. If you say I'm a private place, doctor came to give you a credit, go down, share the history. A small girl, like 20 years ago. And she took me to a room. She opened the door. She said I should sit there's a bed. And she said I should catch up, please take off the clothes and lie down. Hello? And she was wearing white. What? I told my wife, the lady said, I said, what did you say? What? Okay, so I took off my short, my top, and I was wearing my trousers and my singlet, and then the girl came back, said everything. I said, what? And what I did know. And when the doctor was coming, the girl in my head, I was angry. Do you understand what I'm saying? So a name has a reputation. That is the reason why, the reason why I'm here from church and said, I want you to know whose name you bear. Okoto one. Say it say na so. Na ebi e na propon so. Na ebi na da so. By 3 weeks time, when I get to the New Testament names, you will know that you are so much powerful as a Christian. Because you represent God. You have a power of action from heaven. So when you speak, heaven has spoken just because you are called Christian. That's what it means. And so God's name in all its forms, it is treated, it must be treated with enormous respect and reverence. For example, Israel follow when they were writing the Bible, Old Testament, I mean, I don't want to get into some theology, but let me do that. Old Testament, there are 4 things they do scientifically. Anywhere they see the name Elohim, they will not write Elohim, they will say Hashem. The Hebrew word Hashem means the name. Because they believe, say, who are you? Who did he? Who died? We are money. So they believe that even if you write God's name and you make mistake and you share the alphabet wrong, that's not good movie. So they will not write Yahweh or Elohim, but they will write Hashem, the name. Because they are afraid. Because they felt the name was too powerful. Say, now, Hashem, they will clean the brush. Brush can be tried. They will clean out. Now, I get new brush. And so I will give it there. That is how powerful the name of God is. Now, there is something called Chilul Hashem. Now, and Kadus Hashem. These are Hebrew words. Now, in Hebrew, say, Obiya Bibi, na Ebu Yami Di Mufia. Obiya Bibi, na Adinuku Yami Mufia. Say, Ebi Yami Di Tobisu, na Oya Bibi, na Adino Yabu Yami Mufia. This is like, you do that for Kase, you Padaya, Musubia, and Chilul Hashem. Na Sa Bonino, Uya, the best work, there's one Yami Di. Now, so we have the news that you never can Hashem. That's a question and you know. Why you need and people respected that name, and it's so important. So I have already explained and asked that person to God to receive his honor. Clearly, can I go to the next slide? Clearly, we are not talking about a ham done to a way. We are not talking about a ham that is done to a way. We have to be, they say, Obi, what are you doing? Body here. And that JESUS, no. But he's talking about a harm that has been caused to the reputation of the work. Do you know why David said he didn't? Do you know why David said that statement? He says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for thou art with me. Why did he say he didn't? Why did he say he didn't? On the 3. Why did he say it? Where is Psalm 23? Go to Psalm 23. I shall not want. He makes it like that in green pastures. He leads me in the path of righteousness because of the Jari Kwa Opana Extension. We didn't it. As I said, when you divinity, God has a name, God has a reputation that we don't know. When you want to do anything, and let me see, what Jari Echo Opana Extension, and they say, when you call Opana Extension, what the name of good do. You understand what I'm saying? So, I say, guilty or damn. So, what we are saying is this. Clearly, God is revealed in His name. Go to the next slide. God is revealed in His name. What do you mean? You wouldn't the name He has introduced Himself to His people with. All the people God called in the Bible, He made covenant with them. And those covenants He made, He introduced Himself with a name. Abraham, Isaac, won't share and remember, He was talking about reputation. Now, He Himself introduced Him in covenant name. Or not that one can say, you're going to see. He Himself mentioned them. You can't say, or see, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Me that when declare one said, your friend or trade down. Now see, me did Yahweh here, and can't travel. Me did tell. So God introduced Himself to people. The blessing or the benefit of the covenant in the name when Ishra Ewodim, if you appropriate the name to your life, you get a blessing in that name. Because a people that say a name, the name is the same name. It has not changed. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, go to the next slide. There are 108 names in the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. But I am going to take my time to deal with 8 of the names. And I'll deal with one of them in the New Testament. The name Yeshua HaMashiach. Powerful. The first name I want to introduce to you is the name El Shaddai. Everybody? You know, those days when we were like SU guys and we do some of the stuff. I want to go to SU meetings and we are child, we are stores, and we are brother. I know we go to church and we sing El Shaddai. We sing a song like this: El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai. We're still the same by the power of your name. And you know, we were singing, we was like Hellldie. That's how we sing it. So, El Shaddai. That's how we sing it. So, anytime they read the song, young Cassian said, El Shaddai. So, we didn't know that. We didn't know that they were mentioning the name of God. We didn't know. We didn't know. We were thinking they were saying that El Shaddai. And so we sing with you. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Ayona, Adonai. And we sing. Sometimes you can be ignorant about something. And you go, although I discovered this beautiful name, El Shaddai. El Shaddai. Please, I would love you to go to Genesis chapter 17. I mean, this is... Now, and the name El Shaddai means all-sufficient, all-sufficient Lord. The all-sufficient one. The all-sufficient one. He is the all-sufficient one. As I said, this is a Hebrew word which means God has everything in Him. So, right now, if God comes to stand there Nyame can you walk over to here? So you look at God. Do you know what it means? One God, then you can see 6 billion people in him. And one God, there are black people from him, white people from him, Hispanic people from him, people from Iraq, Afghanistan. One God. So you see, one man, he stands here, but many things come from him. He's all sufficient. Not only that, the same God that human being came from, that same God, sea came from. That same God, fish came from. That same God, mountain came from. That same God, trees came from. You know, what kind of God is this? You know, sometimes the only way you can understand this God is when you watch a cartoon. You know, the cartoon number. Because sometimes a cartoon, somebody is running a cartoon, no, that the Osha people, no, president, not Canada, aeroplane. No, because I never shall see, no, president, not Canada, ship. No, because the same time, of course, I not Canada, I no, I president, not Canada, no, you can only see, only in movie, cartoon. But seriously, that is when we say God is all sufficient. That's what it means. It means one God, but many readers came from him. That is why we don't know whether God is a man or God is a woman. We don't know. Because one God, woman came. One God, man came. One God, tree came. One God, everything came. And one God, all the things, the sophistication you see in this world came from him. Oh, what a mighty God is saying. You know, one God you came from, you know, can you imagine? One God you came from him. One God your wife came from him. One God your children came from him. Can you imagine? Can I say something? Even though 7 billion people had already come from him right now, he's still the same. On the side. Some of you, here. That is why he's called El Shaddai. And not El Shaddai. He is El Shaddai. He is the all-sufficient one. He is the God. The God who put gold in the soil. You know what I'm saying? The God who put diamond in the river. He's all sufficient. He did not need anybody's help. By himself, he exists. He has no mother, he has no father. He has no mother. One papa. And I did my call me to show already said, can't be you wasted to catch them. Tell me, how did you come to this world? Have you thought of it? You know, in philosophy, sometimes in a philosophy class, you read all the philosophers, you read the Plato, you read all the big names, the big philosophers, and you want to say, I don't think that is God in you. Okay, so tell me, did God came into this world before the world was made, or the world was made, or God came? Do you understand the question I'm trying to ask? Do you understand the question I'm trying to ask? Did God came to this world before the world was made, or the world was made and God came? I don't know. All that I know is that in the beginning, God said. You know, that's what I know. Right from the beginning, right? He created. So I don't know whether he was there before the world started or he was there. I don't know. But he is El Shaddai. Now, the word also means the Lord Almighty. Now, these two words are important. The first word is L-O-R-D. And that word is the Hebrew word Adonai. And the word Adonai, we'll be looking at Adonai later. But the word Adonai means I'm saying? Now, so the word El Shaddai means owner of owners. For example, right now, whether you like it or not, I am the landlord. Two of us. So who owns me? No. So right now, if Herbert Opon comes here, he becomes the owner's owner. Right? So right now, if Professor Martin comes here, who owns this place? So the owner's owner. But who owns Dr. Martin? So who owns God? Tell you. So the word of El Shaddai means the owner's owner. The God who owns those who owns all things. Now, it includes spirits. He is the owner of all spirits, including Satan. Do you know the name El Shaddai portrays God as the God who owns all gods? It means accommodation, right? It means Antoine Washanasi. He is the owner of the owners. Do you know what I'm saying? So when he speaks, none of the gods can speak. That is the God we serve. Can you take me a little bit? The word El Shaddai was mostly used in the New Testament. It was mostly used in the New Testament, and it was used 7 times in the New Testament. It occurs 7 times. The first time it was occurred was Genesis chapter 17, verse 1. Can I continue? Okay. Let me tell you something. This is the only name I'm going to introduce to you today. At least for this week. Use this name in prayer. I want you to understand the name and employ it. Listen, if God is all sufficient, and is your God, is if He is your God, say me, I did now just assassination. That will be now. Akada is you. Akada or Jesus. Na onye duma no ni mama ya ta de ko sase ujewu na patia na wonu bebi o ye duma wo ko suku aso ni mama ya ta okay so na ya ta okay I say I just said no I said na ya ta okay enya kai o se ni de e bo e ni nya ka e bo na now, Africa said, you know what it means? Your stomach, there will be butterfly flying in your stomach. Then they will fly from here, they come here. Then, all of a sudden, then your throat will minimum. Now, you hear Asati around. Then you hear common sense. He owns us. Our lives are in His hands. That is why He's El Shaddai. The Bible says that the name El Shaddai occurs 7 times in the Old Testament, but the first time it was mentioned was in Genesis chapter 1, 17 verse 1. And when God asked Abraham, the father of faith, to walk before Him and be blameless, can you read it? It's beautiful. That was the first time. Yes, in Pakino. Na emra Abraham ode afisha adwokuno wankro ewurade ayi ni wadi ekire no kan se ko twasie wo osi me won yankro pon trade no mbato kai pia right asante now me won yankro pon trade won yankro pon trade meaning what they are come from training. This is serious. Do you know what the Yakuma said about that? When you are come from training. You know what it means? He said that the Yakuma says that when you are come home, he's a big friend So, Onyanko from big friend. Trading from a big friend who you trade. You understand? And that is why a Hillman in his book, The God of the Deep Forest, get a book and read it. Madam will go to that. But what's your money in oh my God. Or see, your friend when you're global trading why you don't go or don't what do we train on? Now train one on. He is a big friend that you will live on, and when you live on him, he will not fail you. That is the God who introduced himself to Abraham. And do you know why? God did that to Abraham? He was 99 years. 70 years earlier, he was 70 years when God called him. Now, if Abraham, okay, said, you remember that. And after 25 years, he was still waiting. And he was scared. Remember, Genesis chapter 15, he said, let me say that. Let me catch you and say, Abraham, when did the just look, can you come or can you have to me? Or see, or see, you remember, see, one body. That's in Suman now. Remember, I see one body, I'm singing in pool, and boy, we are singing now, so I'm here. And this is the 17. Abraham still had no child. And so now he was doubting God. So what kind of God is this? Now because in Abraham's next year, I'm going to do a teaching in this place, big picture mentality. Next year, we are going to do 2017 is our year for advancement. So I'm going to show you how you can advance in this life. And one of the things I'm going to show you is to have a big picture mentality. One thing about me is that I plan my year ahead. So I've already started writing for 2017. And one of the things God showed me this morning, I got up praying and I was prepared. And I was reading about Abraham. And God can be traced by Abraham. Was it Abraham? So, now you have a feel that was going on around. Now I want to say, sir, a feel of woman, the papa, now woman in the middle. Please, hold it. Woman in the middle. Now you have a feel. I'm more, I am in our I'm 7 box. Yami, I'm 7. And you want to find me. A Yami, and you read me. There was a bro Yami, there was Omo Yami, there was Sio Yami. And he said, oh, baby, I have a Sio. You have one pie. Now, Abraham, now, any Papa Edica. And he or now, then we are on my Abusu, and that's how I 77 of them. And he, oh, sorry, no, I don't know where. Now, one of the said, my wife or back home is so baby. I see, my wife Sarah, she was the most beautiful woman I've married. She was in the whole of Adam. More of her, more is not going to know. Or he was kind. Also, more about what to say that. My wife beautiful girl. So he was going to the boss. Sometimes he was calling him to work. I said, let's go, Papa. Oh, yes, I'll feel. And to one day of Papa. See, then we are over there. Then you see what I'm doing here for 12. Then now, so what does I do? Now, you understand what did you do? What's I say? That made a very sad about Mokasa. How many are so? Oh, yeah, one. No, they're not so sorry. Bye. And now the catcher said, if you have remember what he knew because he has consulted the man before, and that man had failed. And so he thought, said, immediately he left those gods, he was going to encounter a new God. He was so expecting. Of course, 10 years, 20 years, 25 years. After 24 years, he was still waiting. You see? And on his 24th year, Genesis chapter 15. Observe it. I had a notice. Look at it. I can't. I can't look at me. Papa. No boost on the front. Oh, somebody there. Who don't pass me? Pass me. I don't know what's over here. And when he was complaining that God was delaying, please look at how God introduced himself to Abraham. Remember that God told Abraham in Genesis chapter 12. Now let's read Genesis chapter 12. And so chapter 12, chapter 13, chapter 14, chapter 15, chapter 16, chapter 17, chapter 19, 18. And Abraham now Isaac. 22 look at this Abraham. Now, so you look at the sequence. Abraham said, what kind of God are you? My king, I can't know. I can't. I see, me time, if you forward, or your time, if you forward, where from your over here, say. And the Bible said, God came to Abraham and said, what my eyes do. But I read it. Read it. I said, many were your good partner, or your own when you patch in one point. Media, would they near me as a wedding? Nothing in my opinion. Many of them go on Kenya from now to a because Abraham was comparing his God, the God who called him the God of his father. Now, anytime you hear El Shaddai, 17 again El Shaddai. Go to next slide. Anytime you hear the name El Shaddai, it must remind you that all the gods are mighty gods, but our God is mightier than them all. When your group was so sick and I mean now, I look at the not see, and the minimum, Hina not Israel. It means there is none to be compared to him. I see, you cannot compare it to any other God because remember, all the gods I own them. El Shaddai is a combination of two words. El Shaddai is a combination of two words, two Hebrew words. The first word is El, Yidel. For your information, the Hebrew characters, we don't, and this is English, where capital letters and small letters. All the Hebrew characters are small characters, right? So they spell El, and the word El means God. So it doesn't matter whether he's talking about God the devil or God the God. All of them is God. But if you want to know which God is talking about, then the next thing that you follow. Do you understand? So if you say El, you have also said Kankana, and you also said Ora. It's the same. Now, who is the one who is here? The one near Eddie El Bechino, and they were El Elyon, and they were El Shaddai. So the God who is Almighty. Can I say something to you? The word Almighty in Twi means Almighty. That's what it means. Almighty. And just said, when you mean it, Almighty. I was so for Almighty. When you mean and in the Kasa, we have before 1 year. That's what I'm talking about. El is another name that is translated God and can be used in conjunction with other characters of God. Let's go with it. El Shaddai is another Hebrew word which is derived from the word rest. Let me tell you something. Don't play anything. The God. We believe that we are from this man. You can't come, they just say a police man. Do you know that? Don't tell them. But listen, if the Dharma, you meet a Dharma who is a being. You know how we call him? We say he's a chichiche. Yeah. If you meet a great man, you meet a wealthy man, a man who is really powerful, like the president or somebody in great power. The Dharma person Chichiche. Now, it is from the word El Shaddai, Shaddai. The Hebrew word Shaddai means breast. The breast man. And now the breasted man. Okukunipa. The same way the Ghana referred to a big man as Chichiche. It is the same. The name Shaddai means the breast man. Some biblical scholars believe that the name Shaddai is derived from the Anakenian